What's going on, Aquarius? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of October 5th through the 11th of 2020. Thanks so much for being here. Well, excited to look over the chart with you guys. It's a pretty powerful week. We do have all the Capricorn energy direct now with Pluto going direct, and this is the last time in your lives that you're going to see Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn all going stationary direct in Capricorn in your 12th house. So it's a big inertia of movement forward here. And it is in your 12th house. And we do have the sun in your 9th house, of course, in Libra, which is trying to expand and adventure right now and look for more. And all it is, it's also going to, at the end of the week, square over to Jupiter. So I would say that the gift here with the square is like, you don't want to restrict yourself from like spiritual gifts, spiritual practice, all that stuff. You have to expand within more than anything, I would say. And that is the ultimate expansion. And that's kind of what the square might be forcing out. We do have Mars retrograde in your third. I think it's important to get the message out. You have to use that Mars energy to express yourself. And sorry, my throat is all scratchy. To express, to stimulate you, make sure that you put your energy into your environment and what is actually stimulating you. It is going to come off the square to Saturn, square Pluto in your 12th house. I would say that there's this big transformation going on. Like you're getting, I would say, more information than ever, but it's through more of a intuition, a more spiritual based place. And that's where, it's kind of this funnel to this transformation. It's within you. And it's unseen in that 12th house. We do have the moon on Rahu, the north node, quincunx Pluto. Gosh, I'm sorry about my voice. Quincunx Pluto, it's kind of weird. It's like you have the north node in your 5th house here. You are trying to be curious about love, fun, happiness, joy. And it's like the best way to find that is to go within and embrace your spiritual gifts and create from that space. And you might just find all of that love. The moon can be a little edgy on Rahu, but emotionally, if you can go deep within and find the love, that's the biggest transformation you could have this week in a big way. That moon's going to transit into Cancer. Of course, this is going to oppose all of that energy, that T-square to Pluto. So, you're really looking at like your reality here and how you can bring these gifts to reality, how you can emotionally, step by step, integrate the messages that you're receiving into reality. And, try not to, I guess, stress out emotionally as well, because it is going to square, it's going to make that third quarter square to the sun. So it's like bringing reality, it's making, I would say, reality an adventure in a stimulating, fun way. Is the key, but it could be stressful with the moon in the 6th square the sun if you feel like you're not being able to expand enough or adventure enough, but the adventure is so within you. It's almost this great surrender that's happening right now. So we have Venus in your 8th house. I think the beauty is more of letting go of physical possessions and seeing that beauty deep within you and fixating on the intuition, the emotion, and your psychic gifts. That's where this like true beauty lies. This Venus is going to trine over to Uranus in your 4th house. Yeah, more of that is this ultimate electric stimulation from the emotions you're feeling, the intuitiveness. That's the beauty. And of nurturing yourself in like the most unique kind of spiritual way is going to play a big part, I would say, as well. But you could have unique, crazy things with Uranus this week take place within the home life even, or just deep within you on a subconscious level. We do have, and the reason for that would be Mercury getting ready to station and go retrograde on the 13th is going to oppose Uranus in your 4th house. This is interesting. It's like Mercury's got you definitely focusing on the future, on plans, on goals, on how you want to structure things. And I would say that's heavy on the mind right now with Uranus in opposition. It's like it's got to come from a deep place within you. Just kind of like where everything's hitting right now. It's very intuitive, it's very deep, it's very, out of this world, and you have to bring it to reality in some positive way because we're still here on Earth. We're still, yes, Aquarius, you guys are aliens, of course. But we got to bring that to reality in some way, and I think that's the hard part is, you know, finding the electricity within to create that and bring it to the daily life. You know, especially at the end of the year when you get you know, Jupiter and Saturn moving into your first house, it's going to be a identity, just a whole new shift taking place. Where were we? Oh, Venus. It's making sessi quadrants to Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn, as well as Mars retrograde in your third. I think this, like, the transformation is deep within, and that's where the beauty's at. And it's not so much in the physical stuff, but it has to do with being able to get the message out from deep within and putting your action there. And it also has to deal with the spiritual surrender. And the spiritual surrender is really Jupiter over here, sextile that Neptune in your second house. It's like surrendering what you think is so valuable and what you're holding on to so tightly for something bigger and out of this world and unseen, and it is that connection to God, source, your guides. That's the gift. And then from there, it's going to expand your reality, and just things are going to start appearing, and there's going to be gifts. That's the gift, is to surrender to the reality that you think has to be a certain way. It's to surrender in it and let God take you on this beautiful new adventure to the reality that's going to give you something amazing. But you have to go deep within right now to see that and to trust it. So, let's see what you get. Star card again? No, you got Temperance this week. So, yeah, I would say that it is important to bring it to kind of an earthly vibe here. We have to... It's a patient game, I think, with you right now, Aquarius, too. There's something about just slowing down and letting the natural course of things play out right now that's going to bring you to a really beautiful and nurturing and comforting reality that feels right and feels divinely aligned. Yeah. So, you know, gotta surrender, trust that there's a plan, trust that Spirit has your back right now. Jupiter in the 12th is like an angel on your shoulder anyways, and you have Pluto and Saturn there. Bring that divine light to Earth. Don't go too far away, but, you know, don't put too much stress into reality or into emotions by thinking the reality has to look a certain way. Be patient for it to unfold in the divine way that it's meant to for you. Love you very much, Aquarius. Catch you next time.